Flag Racing, that's your top 4 to start things off. Rest of the lineup, it's Dalton Turpin. We've got Uribe, Heidritter, Eggleston, Ebert, Eder, Hernandez, Bonacci, Fisher, Ford, Chermonte, and Nupp. But right now, it is all Johnny Holcher, the number 544 mod cart. This kid has been flying all weekend long. We've seen him take some mod cart victories, also running up front in the UTVs. This kid is the future of off-road, and right now he is doing it to it in mod carts.
And just because they're small, not mean they're not serious. These guys want this win just as bad as the big guys.
Yeah, they really do. And Johnny Holger, he's very, very fast at 244, right? A little contact there coming through the finish line turn. But yeah, getting back to Johnny Holger, Jim, we know how fast he is. We've watched him all year long in the Midwest, out west in the series, in the Lucas Oil Off-Road Series out west, and he's just been bad fast, but he's getting a lot of seat time in a lot of different vehicles.
Yeah, it is all about the seat time at this age. He is mixing it up between trucks, UTVs, and mod carts. And right now, all that homework is paying off as Johnny Holger leads this World Championship race here at the Crandon Red Bull World Cup 2019 edition.
It's got to be a bit of a funky switch for them to go from 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive real quick. Totally different driving styles, different feel behind the wheel. Wonder if they get confused when they jump back and forth.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of confusing, like you said. You really have to just understand the truck you're in at the point in time you get the chance to do it. And Johnny Holger, he can adapt very well, and I've seen it over the past 3-4 years, and the Holger name's been around for a long, long time as we see the yellow flags come out.
Looks like Holcher's seeing the yellow flags first, and a couple of the other drivers maybe not so much, giving him a little love on his rear bumper there. Brings out our Polaris Razor Pace vehicle. So once again, this is mod cart. We had a little change of scenery here for us. We were up in the tower, now we're down in the booth here in the Yokohama Tire barn, and you know, Jim Beaver here, Brent Smith, we got Ryan Thomas. So a lot of you joining us in on the live stream. We've been calling the PA for the first couple of races, but if you're here at the house, you've been hearing our voices. Those of you online, welcome. A lot of you coming over from Red Bull TV. We appreciate you switching over to this live stream. We will be live here for most of the races the rest of the day, and then we'll switch back to Red Bull TV and Cameron Steele and that team there for the finale here. That is the Red Bull World Cup Challenge. But Jim Beaver, Brent Smith, Ryan Thomas will be calling the action along with Tiffany Stone. So thank you guys for joining us. We've got a full slate of racing, and like we said before, we're in the middle of that Rugged Radio Mod Kart World Championship, just getting underway.
Yeah, it's a cool class. Like Johnny Holger's being the class of the field this year. Now it's a restart, so we're gonna have to go back, play our cards out again, and the track was a little wet. There was a lot of moisture on it, and now it gives the cars, and maybe a guy that tried a different tire package, tried something different in the beginning of the race. A lot of guys, they've been going through tear-offs pretty steadily, and if you're Holger, you haven't had to take one off yet.
You know, it was pretty fun yesterday. I spent some time out in the pits with some of these kids. It was really neat to see some dirty fingernails knowing that they're working.
So we are under yellow flag conditions here. Seems like restarts have been the theme of the day today. I don't know, both Pro 2, Pro 4, and now mod cars. First lap, I think, you know, just talking, you know, in the transition from here, you know, from that boot to this one, talking with some people, and, you know, everybody's going, man, you know, it's been exciting racing, but we've had a lot of cautions, and you got to think, gloves are off today. Points championships have been determined. This is all for nothing.
It's
I mean,
Sunday.
This is Sunday. This is win or wad. You leave it all here at Crandon. You don't have to worry about the points. So that means you're running 110% from the drop of the green. And right now, that is the theme of things for Johnny Holcher. He's getting a little pressure, though.
Yeah, Mason Prater trying to give all the pressure he can on the back of Johnny Holger. He's just been bad out, flat out flying here in Crandon. And he's just going to try to run his own line. Johnny, he really pays attention to everything. Here comes Prater.
I look like Holcher maybe getting up on the bike just a hair there, too, pushing a little too much. They go over that legendary lead from Polaris Razor into that finish line corner. That corner is deceiving as well. You go into it, and it really tightens towards the end.
Yeah, you want to try to enter it as wide as possible. When you have a host of other drivers behind you, you don't want to give up a couple spots just because you chose to do something different.
And if you miscalculate just a little bit and get up in those marbles, going in high will definitely be to your defeat.
So Johnny Holcher trying to sweep the weekend here in mod kart. Looking looking to crown himself a world champion as they're up through the barn corner, around past the VIP suites. That's going to shoot him down into the Polaris Razor gravel pit. At Gravel Pit Corner, probably one of the most interesting corners here at Crandon. A lot of passing opportunities. It's big, wide, sweeping. You can go low, you can go high, you can go in the middle. It really allows drivers a chance to set up and make a pass.
Yeah, it really does, and it's so, like you said, it's so wide, and the banks are huge, so you'll watch later in today when we get back up to that cup race, that cushion will be up.
Oh! Look at that, a lot of contact there. Looks like both cars are going to be all right.
Can tell it's a final day of racing for these guys. They just want to go out and battle. Fiberglass, it's replaceable. They'll keep on going as long as the wheels are on those things.
Well, and for some of the out west racers, they still have a couple of races to go, but some of these Midwest drivers, this is their last race of the year as we get a shot there, the number 507 of Ford.
Yeah, Ford up against the K-Rail, not where he wants to be. Johnny Holger's still out in front. Mason Prater trying to reel back in Johnny Holger.
And we're going 5 laps here in Mod Kart. We're on the short track.
So I did get to spend some time with Dalton yesterday, and he let me know that he's got his sights set on pro lights here real soon, thinking he's going to be stepping up.
That is so cool. Yeah, I've had word that Johnny Holger's been also looking in that as we see our leader. Something's happening to our leader. He's really off the pace.
Together here.
No, yeah, you were right. They're stuck together. That could be part of the problem.
We call that Siamese twins.
Yeah, they don't know what to do, so they're just driving in tandem.
Oh, the yellow flag's just flying hard
This
right
has
there.
got to be one of the most interesting things I've seen in a long time. They were just in tandem, and you got to give them both credit. They didn't want to lift.
And they kept it together.
And they kept it together. Wow, that was an interesting predicament we were in there, but it looks like they broke free. So Johnny Holcher going to still be in the lead here with the yellow flag out as we get a replay here. Looks like coming over the finish line.
Yeah, they just got locked together and nothing they could do. I thought maybe over that jump they'd break free.
Yeah, the front and a rear bumper there.
And then you watch on the right side of your screen, the yellow flags were just waving so quick, and the guys in the side-by-side going, hey, don't hit us.
Well, you made an interesting point, though, earlier, and I know, Ryan talking about moving up to Pro Light from Mod Kart, and a lot of people on the outside might look in and go, man, that's a big step. But you look at a lot of drivers who have made that transition. I mean, one, Haley Deegan that comes to mind, Ronnie Anderson, another one, RJ Anderson at one point made that step. So a lot of people, might be looking, man, that's a big step from Mod Kart to Pro Light. But we've seen the proof is in the pudding. We've had a trio of drivers right there that have been highly successful, making the move from Mod Kart to Pro Light.
This stepping stone concept is not something that we've had in off-road racing for a long time, and it's neat to see this start to play out where there's a place for the kids to start and cut their teeth in lower horsepower cars and eventually end up in the top classes.
Well, and you see that in all kinds of other motorsports. IndyCar, they've got, the road to Indy, as they call it, and there's stepping stones along the way. And, you look at NASCAR, is the same thing. I mean, Haley is, proof of that. She's going through the ranks right now, and we'll see her in Pro Light later today. But off-road, like you said, until recent years, there was never a logical ladder system for these kids to make a career as an off-road driver. And, the thing that's great about ladder systems is it gets everybody a chance to start out. But then as you get higher up and go up the ladder, it weeds out some of the kids with maybe don't have quite as much talent, and you see that in a stick and ball sports, but motorsports, it's never really been there, and it's great to see that with off-road now where kids like Haley and Ronnie and RJ can make their way up the ladder because they've got the talent.
Versus just having to jump in feet first into the big leagues.
So it looks like we were putting a pause on this race. We're going to do a little bit of cleaning up. I think probably some sorting to get these kids, kind of in the right order. Looks like that Polaris Razor Pace vehicle. We'll see that Polaris Razor Pace vehicle out here for the kart divisions and the UTV divisions is our Pace vehicle. It looks like he's starting to edge them forward. They're sorting through some of things here.
So I got a chance to speak with Luke Knupp yesterday as well, and pretty interesting little story there. He's actually here without his parents and was taken in by one of the other teams. They're helping him, kind of housing him and giving him a hand.
That is awesome, and that's what's so cool about this sport. Everybody wants to see the other guy race. I don't care if it's your competitor, your best friend, or your brother. You want them to be here in Crandon, and that's cool. Everybody's really, really friendly around here, and Why not? Have somebody else in your camp.
Yeah, it looks like that's Kirsten Hernandez in one of those entries that was kind of tangled together, and Trey Eggleston. So it looks like they're kind of getting them sorted here. Going to get them all sorted out, and we're about halfway home here in Mod Kart. Johnny Holcher in the 544, your leader. Mason Prater in the 505 is in the second spot. We've got Turpin in the number 566 in the third spot. Uribe there in the number 550 in the fourth spot. And Shiramonte in the 574 is your top five right now. Then Shiramonte Nup, that would be sixth and seventh. So we get a look here at the amazing crowds filing in. Got that big Ferris wheel going on. I know yesterday we saw a view from the Ferris wheel, probably one of the best views of the track you can get out here at Crandon. But say that and our other digs up there in the top of the tower, probably two of the best.
And I'm not seeing those green spots anymore. Look at that, thumbs up from the crowd.
Absolutely, thumbs up. It is a double thumbs up today. It is Cup Day here at Crandon. You can't ask for much more. A lot of these fans coming out early, getting their spots marked. Their chairs have been sitting for quite a while.
Thumbs up, Dave. Where else would you rather be on the 50th? Is Crandon? 60,000+ people are expected to come through the gates this weekend. And, man, why haven't we been on that yet?
Hey, we did something fun yesterday. How about at Crandon? Let's do the wave again today. Can we organize a wave from the crowd in Crandon? We got one. How about two?
Got a few people throwing their arms up. They're wanting to do it. They're kind of itching there. They're wanting to do it. Maybe we'll have to do it after this race because it looks like we're getting ready to go back racing with Mod Kart here. But we're just priming the pump. We're going to get a good wave going on at some point today, though.
That's how I know I can go home.
Start from the barn and go over.
All right, so we've got Johnny Holcher going to be looking for the green flag here as we go racing. This is the second half of this Mod Kart race. We got 3 and a 5. Got a couple laps remaining here.
It'll be interesting to see if the 505 of Mason Prater can sneak underneath Johnny Holger. Johnny's been really, really fast, checked out early. I don't think Prater's going to give him any kind of breathing room heading in the gravel pit.
He's latched onto his rear bumper there.
You know what I love about these mod cars? They gravel pit. They're just backing these things in, just like you would a Pro Light or a Pro 2.
Yeah, that goes back to what you were talking about, these guys stepping into Pro Light. It's not that much of a difference. They're hauling out here in Crandon.
Oh, a lot of contact. Whoa,
Triple contact.
5 of them collected there. White flag is out. We got one to go. That is the 544 Johnny Holcher and the 574 Bronson Shiramonte. 2 of our front runners there taken out.
Boy, bad break.
Like Holcher had a broken chain there.
Yeah, we're going to see the yellow flag come out again for all that contact in the finish line turn. Multiple hits.
Mason Prater now going to be the beneficiary of that contact. He was running in second, now inherits the lead with 1 to go in Mod Kart. And look at that, the roof of Holcher, the whole body tweaked there. That number 544 is, and Ryan, as you had said, we're gonna glimpse there the back of that Mod Kart. You called it, looks like a broken chain hanging there in the dirt.
You know, something that's different about these guys in the other classes we're watching is they can go 5 wide into some of these turns. And 5 wide sideways with ruts, this kind of stuff's bound to happen.
Yeah, it don't take much of a mistake to collect 3-4 trucks.
So it looks like Prater leading now. We've got Braden Shiramonte in the 573 in the second spot. Prater, he's been running strong all season long, Brent. I know we've seen that entry at quite a few races here in the Midwest, and Mason Prater, definitely one of the hot shoes, one of the top kids in this division. I mean, we talk a lot about Johnny Holcher and the success he's had, but Mason Prater, we can't sell this kid short.
No, absolutely not. And like you said, we've watched him out west. He's a very good race car driver. He knows where to put that car. Unfortunate that Johnny Holger cannot be out there to do battle with him, but all these kid karts are just retarded fast. They know how to drive. They know how to go into the gravel pit. Yeah, you're going to have your contacts once in a while, but if these guys go clean for a while, they're running fast paces, faster than some of our sportsman drivers.
So it looks like we just reshuffled the order here. Luke Nupp, they moved him up to second place.
So it's going to be Prater, Nupp, then Shiramonte, Eggleston, and Eggleston. So the Egg Brothers, as they like to call them. Trey and Jaden.
I can tell you, as a father of a 6-year-old, I can't imagine sitting in the stands watching my kid out there do this. It's got to be a bit hair-raising.
Yeah, you know, and you listen to some of the parents, and, you know, they've got the parents, usually it's the dad or mom spotting for the kids, and you know, I feel like you got to walk a tightrope there because you want your kid to push hard, but then at the same time, you know, you're a little bit worried about them. It's got to be an interesting predicament for some of these parents.
Don't make me put you on restriction.
I know one of these kids on the podium earlier this year, they were talking about you know, what their parents say to them on the you know, when they're spotting, and the kid said all the dad said is put it on the floor and don't lift.
Yeah, it's Crandon. You got to go wide open.
That would be a good television show in and of itself, just listening and watching the parents talking to their kids.
Yeah, behind the scenes with mod kart parents.
No, this mod kart race is shaping up to be a good one in the end. And right now, I mean, even the Cheramontes, they're in the group. Mason Prater, Luke Nump, Braden Cheramonte. It's going to be a battle right to the end. We always keep saying these names. Me and you, Jim, we've been around quite a few years now, getting to call both series, and it's pretty bad. It's cool to watch. They know how to drive, and I'll keep saying it. They're not no rookies in this class, and why not go up into Pro Light? Why? I mean, a lot of guys jump right into Pro Light like we were talking, but they get their feet wet in these smaller classes. When they get there, you're going to see these guys become a Rob McCachran, a Kyle LeDuc, a Johnny Greaves, because they're going to have that much experience.
Well, you talk about one of the best in the business, R.J. Anderson. You know, like we said, he's one of the first kart kids to really hit it big time. But you know, you mentioned his name along with the greats right now. You know, because he is that good. He's won a lot of races, Pro 4 championship now, and you know, and obviously we saw him, you know, battle for a podium today. We're going to see him in the Cup race later on, and you know, he's, like I say, he is kind of the figurehead for this whole ladder system because he's one of the first to really go through the ladder system and hit it big and show what it actually is. And you know, no doubt that 5-6 years from now, some of these kids, we might be seeing them in Pro 4, you know, doing battle with some of the greats and the best in the business. But right now, Mason Prater looking for the green flag. He's trying to take home a world championship. As the green-white is out, Prater going to have about half a lap to try and hang on here at Crandon.
Boy, these guys are nowhere near scared of being full of heavy contact in this class. Watch, this gravel pit's going to get very, very tight.
So Prater down into the gravel pit one more time, trying to hold off the hard-charging 554 of Luke Nupp. Cheramonte in the mix for a podium as well, but right now it's all Mason Prater. One corner to go.
Yeah, Mason Prater. Oh, we got a bad looking.
Oh,
more contact.
So our top second through fourth just spun each other out. I don't know the way things mixed up, but I know Prater took the victory, but after that, second through fourth were in a pile-up.
That was pretty much a yard sale.
Wow.
That's Braden Cheramonte in the finish line turn, stalling that car, getting it back underway, and man, Prater just fast.
Well, like we said earlier on, you know, there's no points involved. There's no salvaging points or anything like that. If you get a shot at a podium, you take it, you back it in, you throw it in there, you know, you throw caution to the wind because, you know, there is no tomorrow. This is a world championship on the line.
That was a Hail Mary for sure by all of those kids at the very end there.
So Mason Prater in the 505, going to be victorious here at the Big House. Going to be taking home a world championship ring, and I got to tell you, for one Mason Prater, that's got to feel like a good day at the office.
All right, here he is, Mason Prater. Mason actually just come up to me and he's like, Tiffany, where'd everybody else go? And then as he was watching that recap, he just put his hands on his head and he was like, okay, I see what happened. But Mason, you are a champ here. Look at that smile. It's so great to see you out here. It's always been great to watch you race. Walk us through the 50th, what it means to be here to you and winning that top spot today.
Oh my God, Crandon, this is just like, it's amazing. This is my third year here, back-to-back world champions, and this is the most magical track in the world. They call it the Field of Dreams for a reason, and we've come out here, we've performed well, and to be champion again, it's the most amazing feeling in the world right now.
Well, saying that with being a back-to-back champion, obviously it shows you should never give up, you should never stop, and you can always capitalize on other people's mistakes, and that's exactly what you did. You ran it all the way through, and I know you got to thank a lot of people for bringing you here and putting you in that top place box.
Oh yeah, I can't thank them all because I'll forget, but it's just a surreal moment. But I can't thank my mom, my dad, Tyler Verba, Action Sports Canopies, Mod Kids, Kicker, Rock Blocks, Humble Cot Clothing and Apparel, FK Rod Ends, Rugged Radios. Anybody else I forgot? Thank you so much. This is amazing. Thank you for getting me here.
Well, he's done it here. Back-to-back world champions for Mason Prater, and back up to you guys.